Alright, hey everyone, welcome back. We're going for 2 commentaries in a row, 2 days in a row, 2 videos in 2 days, so we're trying to set new benchmarks for our channel. So, the video we put out yesterday, it was a World of Tanks video synced with some commentary. There was an issue when it was uploaded where the sound was kind of unbalanced with the video audio, and they were almost equal. So when I went back to look, it was equal volume balance, so it was pretty hard to understand based on what I could see. So as a make-up for that, I'm gonna do another video today. Different commentary, different topic. It's relatable though. It's a relatable topic, and I think it's gonna be a series called Friday Rant, because I don't know. Just Friday, end of the working week. It's a good time to, to clear your mind. And a few things have happened this week in Canada, like in our government, political system, that it really bugs me, about what's going on. So just wanted to get that out there, spread the word of what's going on. So yesterday there was I believe it was Justice Minister Rob Nicholson. He made a comment in the House of Commons. I'm indirectly quoting him right now, where someone had asked. So it was, this is an indirect quote, but it was along the lines of, do you believe that if someone is committing theft of your property or is unlawfully on your property, and you feel that there's a risk to say yourself, do you believe that a civilian would be allowed to discharge their weapon into the air or into the general direction of the criminal, as in not trying to hit them, so not general direction, but just so that they get the message that you have a gun and what they're doing is total stupidity? So he said, oh yeah, you mean I don't see what's wrong with that, to be honest. So he's a member of the Conservative Party, so conservatives are known for being alright with guns and just self-defense. And here's where it gets irritating. Liberal leader Bob Ray said, here's a direct quote, "Does he not understand the danger of promoting vigilante justice in our society?" End quote. So when you have a leader of a political party who does not understand the definition of vigilante, there's something wrong with that party and with the way leaders are elected, okay? So vigilantism is, say, I have a gun, or not even a gun, but I'm just in my car and I'm driving around the neighborhood, and I see someone, say, commit a crime. I mean, okay, well, one, this is hypothetical. Crimes aren't happening left and right here, but just driving around the city, if you see something happen, you take it upon yourself to go after them, to tackle them, a citizen's arrest. So when you're purposely trying to get a citizen's arrest, that would be vigilantism. However, if I'm sitting in my house, my property, what most people assume is the safest location, they just feel safe in their home, and you have an intruder coming in. I agree with Rob Nicholson here. I think you are within your total right as a citizen to let them know you're not wanted here. Get out. Just leave. There's been so many cases where the robber comes in to rob your TV, and then they see you, and in the split of the moment, in the heat of the moment, they might have a gun or a knife with them, and then they'll go and in the heat of the moment will kill the person whose house it is. This is very rare, but it happens. So I mean, you're risking the life of your family. It depends. If say they just are robbed, you can see them stealing your car. One, they're already behind the wheel of your car and the car is on. You're probably not getting that car back. But if they're in your house, I mean, even if they're stealing just a piece of jewelry, they are in your house. They are illegally trespassing on your property. The house is yours. The property is yours. It is not theirs. They have no right to be there. So why is the victim, why should the victim be victimized even further? The criminal is the one who's the cause of all this, you know? So, back to my point about vigilantism. Self-defense is not vigilantism in any way. It is it's self-defense, self-explanatory. If I believe that there's a risk to me or my family, and say I own a gun, just a pistol, or even just a shotgun, and I shoot it into the air, I mean, I should be allowed to do that. And yes, if you're in downtown Toronto, you're not going to do that because, you know, the parabolic nature of a bullet will dictate that sooner or later it will fall. 99% of the time, it's going to land harmlessly to the ground. But the other 1%, very often, someone gets hit, and since it's coming from top to bottom, they'll get hit in the top of the head, which would be fatal. So, it's judgment-based. But when the Liberals, and NDP for that matter, say, oh no, that should be completely illegal, just not allowed. What they're saying is, if a criminal can get into your house, let him be. Just let him go, take all your possessions that you've worked, that you've actually contributed to society to get, and just let them get away with it. And then they say, oh, instead of using your gun, call 911. Well, you know, 2 minutes minimum for police to get there. By then, they're long gone. Or, worst case scenario, by then, you're injured or dead. So it's kind of sickening when 2 of the 3 major parties think that a citizen shouldn't have the right to defend themselves in their own house. It's just disgusting. And connected to that, you know, I was watching CBC. Why I watch CBC is beyond myself, but I'll get to that. So, the CBC claims to be Canada's national broadcaster, yet here's what's happening. Unlike CNN in the United States, which claims they are neutral, however, it is known that they lean to Democrats, they make an effort to make it seem like they are an unbiased organization. You come here to Canada and you see CBC and you realize they don't give a damn about what people see. They're the most liberal, they're the most hippie group, just organization in Canada, and they aren't afraid to hide that. So why should my taxpayer money be going to this group, which I don't necessarily support? It's disgusting when stuff like this happens. Canada, we pay one of the highest taxes in the world, and when you see that your money, even though probably it amounts to a cent or a few dollars, you know, it just really irritates me when you have the CBC, this hugely biased group, using your money to insult your party of preference and to make lies. It's sickening. Here's another part. It was the day before yesterday, I believe. An NDP MP had a baby recently, and she brought her child of 1 or 2 months old into the house for a vote. So, in my opinion, that's going against the rules and etiquette and decorum that was made, that this House of Commons, which has gone from being a respectable place where politicians could discuss to more of a schoolyard, you know, so that level could be set. My phone is just ringing, just let it go. But, I mean, if I work in an office, and I bring my child into the office, would I be fired on spot? No. Would they tell me to leave and get rid of the child and just find a different way to care for the child at that current time? Is that what they do? Yes, that's what they would do. If, say, in 10 or 20 years or whatever it may be, when I have a child, if I bring that child to my job, that's not allowed. So why should she be allowed? And the Conservatives were being very impartial, and they were actually trying to be the good guys, and they said, oh, you know, it's not really that big of a deal as long as the child isn't causing a disturbance you know, it's not that big of a deal. We don't mind it. So they're already bending the rules a little bit for this woman. So, you know, I think that is worth acknowledgement. But nope, CBC twists every single thing the Conservative Party says, and they made it seem like the Conservatives told her to leave with her child and just leave, when that's the opposite of what happened. And that woman, the MP, even confirmed after that they said it wasn't that big of a deal. So the CBC is disgusting. They are, I'm overusing the word sickening and disgusting here, and I realize that, but that's what the CBC is. It's all they are. No, I can't believe I've been watching them for these past few years. It's horrible. I mean, if you live in Canada, don't watch CBC. Boycott the CBC. Watch CTV. I mean, I think CTV is a little liberal as well. But like CNN, they try to be impartial and they make an effort so that it isn't visible. CBC is just like, whatever, we're the biggest news network in Canada. Whatever we do, goes. Whatever we want to do, that's what's gonna happen. But you know, it shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't just work like that in capitalist society. I say the CBC should either have their spending cut. I mix up spending and cut there, sorry. But they should either have their spending cut to zero and fund through volunteers who want to donate to them, or they better clean up their act if they want to continue getting millions and millions of dollars from the government every year. So, yeah, those were my main 3 points, I guess, which were all intertwined. The issue about the whole self-defense, the issue on the woman and her baby, and then the CBC, which was really the main thing I was trying to point out today, is that the CBC is a very, very biased group, and it's just disgusting how they can get away with it. If this was in the US, man, it wouldn't work like that. It just wouldn't work like that. But yeah, so that's my rant of the week. No, I'm sure within the next week some more stuff is gonna happen, and you know, next Friday I'll discuss that too. So I don't know. I recorded the audio first because I didn't know how long I was gonna go on for, and I'll sync it to maybe a mix of Call of Duty, World of Tanks, just Call of Duty, or just World of Tanks. You know, I don't know yet. So have a great weekend, guys. We might put out a few videos in the next few days. It won't be commentaries if we do those, but have a great weekend, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. That's my disconnect. Thanks, guys.
UAV online.